Welcome to Using Data Collector. What is Data Collector? Data Collector is part of the Management Data Warehouse, or the MDW, that comes with SQL Server. The Data Collector is what collects the actual data that the Management Data Warehouse reports are going to use. Data Collector does this by basically running some SQL Server agent jobs. These jobs are going to be used to collect the 4 different kinds of information that the Data Collector can collect. It can collect disk information, query statistics, server activity information, and some various utility information. Each of these pieces of information is collected on a different schedule. The disk usage information is collected every 60 seconds, and that information is uploaded about every 6 hours. Query statistics are run every 10 seconds. That data is uploaded fairly quickly. Server activity information is collected every 60 seconds. Utility information is collected every 900 seconds. Utility information collection, however, is typically disabled by default. You'll need to enable it if you want to collect that information. Let's go ahead and look at how we actually configure a management data warehouse. So here we are connected to a SQL Server 2012 instance. To configure the management data warehouse, open up the management option, and you'll see the data collection object listed there. We can right-click on this and click on Configure Management Data Warehouse. If you don't already have one, you're going to need to select the Create and Upgrade a Management Data Warehouse option. This will let you specify a server name and a database to use for your management data warehouse. If no databases are available, click New, and that will let you specify a new database. It's fairly common to name the management data warehouse database MDW. Once you've selected the database, click Next. You then need to specify the users that will have access to the management data warehouse reports and to the management data warehouse. You do this by selecting specific logins on the server and selecting which roles you want them to have within the management data warehouse. Once you're done, click Next. You'll then be shown all the various information that you've specified. You can then click Finish. I'm going to click Cancel because I already have the management data warehouse enabled on this machine. Once you've done that, you'll then need to configure the machine to connect to a management data warehouse. You do this by clicking Set Up Data Collection. Specify the server you want to connect to. If the server is not the local server, simply click the ellipse button here and connect to the server you wish to connect to. You can specify the cache directory where the SQL Server agent jobs will cache their information. By default, if you leave this blank, it's just going to use the temp directory. You can then click Next. You connect to the server, and that lets you connect to the actual management data warehouse machine. You can then click Finish and complete the configuration. I'm going to click Cancel because my management data warehouse configuration is already completed. You can then enable and disable data collection by right-clicking on the data collection option and selecting to either enable or disable data collection. Once you've got a management data warehouse up and running, you can then right-click on the management data warehouse database to see the management data warehouse reports. This can give you an overview of the information that was last collected by the management data warehouse. You can then drill down into this information to then view the reports from within the server. You can view the top queries in this particular case and see what the top queries within the system are. You can then rank them based on different metrics. In this case, we've selected CPU by default, so let's go ahead and view by total I/O. As you can see, there aren't a whole lot of queries on the system, causing a lot of performance problems because this is not a production system. As you can see in the Object Explorer, we can see the various pieces of information that are being collected by the management data warehouse. Right-click on them and start data collection for the various other collection pieces if we need to, or we can disable them if we don't want to collect that information. We can also select the Collect and Upload Now option to get more current information uploaded to the system in real time. Depending on how busy the system is, will determine how long these processes take to run. You can also script this to create the selection as a T-SQL script. It's a fairly long, complex script, as you can see. So in summary, different data points are going to be collected at different intervals. How those intervals are defined can be easily enough looked at by simply looking at the SQL Server agent jobs, which make up those data collection operations. The data which is collected is used to create the Management Data Warehouse reports, which can be viewed from within Management Studio. You can have multiple servers all collecting their data into one centralized location for global reporting on an entire environment from a single Management Data Warehouse environment.